cooperative living. I served on the Co-op Council for 5 years, 4 of them on its executive board. When elected to the board of directors, I was appointed one of 2 co-chairs of the board's education committee, and last year appointed its chair. The education committee is a board committee that's membership is open to all cooperatives. The focus of the education committee has been cooperative living, and this has been reflected in its projects in the past 3 years. The first Women's Forum, which honored Penn South women. The first tour of Penn South for new cooperatives, and this was so successful that it is now an annual event joined together with the new cooperative branch. And also the introduction of the Children's Corner in the Penn South newsletter. With the committee's newly formed executive board, drawing from representatives from the committee, from management, and from the Co-op Council Executive Board, we have created another very strong working relationship between cooperatives and the board and the Co-op Council. The other board committees I serve on are the Operations, Finance, Long-Term Planning, Technology, and the Health and Social Services Committee. I also serve as a board liaison to the Parents Committee. When I have some free time, I'm very active in the ceramic studio and the Jeff Dulay Intergenerational Garden. Again, thank you for coming, and it would be my honor to serve you for another term. Thank you.
I don't think that heating fuel costs are going to get any cheaper in the foreseeable future. They're just going to get worse and worse and worse. And I kept thinking, you know, this is a co-op. We really could sort of do what we want with it in some ways. And have we thought about doing solar stuff on the roof? You know, I mean, maybe that would help a little. I don't know how expensive it is or whether it's feasible, but it seems like something to consider. Matthew?
That's a very good question. The board spends a lot of time analyzing, looking, and thinking about how we spend our dollars on the energy that we have to produce. We have hired consultants. At the moment, solar does not make sense. One of the reasons that solar doesn't always make sense, we hear a lot about it in the news, and when the price of oil is very high, yes, it becomes more financially competitive to the other energy-producing industries. Recently, the price of oil has dropped dramatically in the last 4 weeks. It's dropped over 50%. So this gyration in the cost of energy is what makes it so difficult to really predict accurately what we're going to be spending. So we put together a budget. We try very hard to accurately guess at what we're going to spend, and we hope we're not off by too much.
I understand that, but why isn't solar?
I'm sorry, we don't actually have...
Well, I mean, I think the bottom line is that it doesn't economically pay for itself. When you do a project like solar, what you're trying to do is you're trying to analyze whether the capital outlay that you'll do to put panels on the roof, we'll say, or windmills on the roof, will you get paid back for that investment that you make, because it would be a large capital outlay. And until the capital outlay is paid for in actual energy savings, we're not going to invest the dollars. We make a very careful analysis of this, and we do get shown these numbers, but as of this time, those numbers do not make sense. They do not make it profitable for us to lay out the capital, the cash that we'd have to raise from you guys and us to pay for that project. Someday it may very well make sense. As the cost of building solar or windmills come down, as it becomes more efficient, it is very possible that it could become an option in the future. But at the current time, it is not an option. But it is something that we have considered in the sense that we do look at all possible expenses. I'd like to mention one other thing that I think is really important, and it is a financial thing, and I say this because I know this is being shown out in the audio system out there. I think that it's really important that people vote, whether they're going to vote for someone or just vote present, because it costs us money to do this event called the annual meeting and this whole election process. And I can't emphasize that if we do not get a quorum, enough people voting, we will have to do it again. and it costs us a lot of money. And it's a piece that the cooperator can do. It's a simple thing. Check off the box, show up and vote. If you do this, you are going to save us some money. And again, it's in these ways that we can help each other as a community. So again, please take the time to come and vote.
Hi, I'm Helen Rosenberg, 6B, and I'm just wondering what are the major things you would like to see changed in the building that you feel are not being addressed by the members of the concerned cooperator assembly, whatever it's called?